Hi, this is Amber.
And this is Lisa.
And you're listening to Unexplained Arkansas, a new podcast that explores urban legends, mysteries, and the unsolved in the natural state.
We're just two best friends discussing the unexplained in Arkansas.
Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Arkansas. This is Amber.
And this is Lisa.
Oh my gosh. I knew that something was coming. I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you made fun of me earlier.
I did not make fun of you. That's not accurate. I just mimicked how you say your name.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Lisa.
Right. Lisa.
Yes.
So I had to be super extra today.
Yeah, well, you're always extra. That's fine, though. That's fine. Okay, so today is our 23rd episode, and we are excited because the number 23 is a magical number. Not really. It's you know,
I
some
hate
people.
Magic.
Well, yeah, I know you do. But people say that number 23 is special for one reason or another. I mean, it's kind of part of some unexplained phenomenon. Look up, the number 23 on a Google search and you'll get lots of cool stuff. Like there's something called the 23 Enigma that is a belief about the significance of the number. And then there's also a Facebook page dedicated to people that call themselves the 2030ians.
The 2030ians.
The 2030ians. I almost want to join just because I'm curious. But supposedly these are people that are fascinated with the number, and a bunch of the posts are like in reference to things that add up to 23 and, things like that. So, and there's lots of 23 in our life if we just kind of think about and look, like 23 pairs of chromosomes, the 23rd Psalm, and lots of 23s. So
lots of, I would like 23 what are those holiday pies? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, me too. Actually, I went to McDonald's the other day to get one of the new strawberry ones. They were out, so I had to get apple. So, it was okay. Not as good as this. I mean, it was okay. I mean, not just fabulous. I like the strawberry ones better. So, but I intend to go back maybe this weekend.
Well, I've not tried your strawberry one that you said.
I thought you did try it. Oh, you tried the holiday one.
I only did the holiday. Yes,
that's right.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with the pie situation at this point.
Well, I always know what pie is on rotation at the McDonald's. So there you go.
That's your superpower.
That's my superpower. Okay, so this is our 23rd episode, and today's topic is the Fouke Monster.
Awesome.
Now, I've done a lot of research about this, and I'm really excited to get to share it with you. But just to briefly explain what the Fouke Monster is, it's exactly what it sounds. It's a monster. It resembles what we would call Bigfoot, and it's been seen and discussed in and around Fouke, Arkansas, for decades. Although many historians differ on the times in which the legend. Sorry, that was my phone. Oops. Although many. Well, stop laughing, and I'll stop it right there.
Okay.
Although many historians differ on the times in which the legends began to take shape. So the Fouke Monster, and we are saying that correctly, by the way, because I looked on a couple of YouTube videos, and that's how most Arkansans pronounce it. I don't care how people not from Arkansas pronounce Fouke Monster, but it's Fouke, Arkansas. It's the Fouke Monster. Yeah, I've heard people pronounce it Folk and the Fouke. I had somebody on YouTube. Yeah, somebody else on YouTube pronounced it Fouke Monster. I was like, what?
I mean, I can see if you don't know. I mean, if you don't know.
That's true.
But spell it out for them, because, we do have 23 countries listening.
Oh, okay. It's Fouke, Fouke.
Yeah, Fouke.
So the E is silent. That's probably what messes everyone up, that the E is there.
There's always something silent.
Yeah. Okay, so some really quick facts. Now, a lot of people think that the Fouke Monster is Bigfoot or a type of Bigfoot or Sasquatch. So we're going to talk about Sasquatch first. So I guess this would be Arkansas's version of Sasquatch. Now, Sasquatch are large, hairy, human-like creatures believed by some people to exist in the northwestern United States and western Canada. Now, this is the actual Britannica definition. And there are other Sasquatch type monsters and other parts of the world, like the abominable snowman would be considered one, the Yeti. There's all kinds of stories all over the world. Now, there was a British explorer named David Thompson, who is credited historically with discovering the first quote unquote set of Sasquatch footprints. And yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. So that dates back all the way to 1811.
And where was that located?
That I think was in California. So, but I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, somebody will correct me probably by the end of this broadcast.
Good.
Now, now there has been visual sightings of Sasquatch, alleged photography and films done. So a lot of these have contributed to the legend, although there has not really been any purported evidence, verified evidence, and it's still one of those things. There are people that believe in Sasquatch and people that do not.
Yeah. Like my husband.
Yeah.
He does not believe in Sasquatch. And I try to tell him, you know, it's real. I mean, just get on board.
Well, my husband does believe, and he even has a Sasquatch story from when he was a kid that he likes to tell people at parties.
Okay. My tiny Sasquatch is trying to get in here, and she's about to break down the door. So let me get her in real fast.
I was wondering what that was.
It's her.
Oh my goodness! It sounds like a Sasquatch is coming after you. Yeah, I was about to start singing Crystal Gale again. If you didn't hurry and get back on the line.
Please do not. Okay.
No, I have to tell them where that came from. We were driving around last night in town, and I don't know. I just had this hankering to listen to Crystal Gale. So I put on a Crystal Gale, Gary Morris duet, which those were some great duets back in the early 80s. And Lisa just about jumped out of the car window. Because that's obviously not her jam.
Not my jam. No. Yeah, I won't say what I said. So that's all I'll tell you, people.
Well, and I happen to like... I happen to like all things early 80s country. I love it. And I love Crystal Gale. Yes, I do. And I like Emmylou Harris. I like Linda Ronstadt, all those people. So you can put those in my like Stevie Nicks type, you know, whatever. So, okay. So let's get back to Sasquatch. So usually when you hear about a Sasquatch, it varies. There's been different descriptions, but it's usually ranging from 6 to 15 feet. They're almost always tall. They're almost always standing erect. That means on 2 feet, and often giving off a foul smell and either moving silently or emitting a high-pitched cry.
I'm laughing because there's so many people that fit this description. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No. Stinky, hairy, tall. No. This could be a number of people.
Yes. My question is, who's getting close enough to these things to smell them?
I don't know, but like, I just love that. What's that movie? You know,
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes, that's
I'm about to talk about that. I have a picture of that I was going to put on our Facebook because when I was a kid, that used to play all the time on the Disney Channel, and I would watch it a lot, and it was so sad, you know, when they got mad at Harry at the end, but then they decided he could live with them. That was a great. We should watch that after this.
We should. We could.
That would be a great vintage movie.
Yeah, vintage movie night. So
yes,
and if you haven't seen
Lisa's house, so
yes, Harry and the Hendersons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's John Lithgow, right? Lithgow.
It is,
Yeah.
and it was made in 1987 because I grabbed a couple things off the IMDb about it. I had no idea it was that old because I was like, I guess 10 or 11 when I saw it, but it was made in 1987. Yeah.
Oh,
so that is one
it.
of, well, yeah, me too. But that is one of many Hollywood depictions of Sasquatch and Bigfoot. And we will talk about one that was in Arkansas, that was filmed in Arkansas in the 70s. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Now,
we will.
Yes, we will. And as far as Sasquatch and his characteristics, like I said, always usually tall, 2 feet, running around, foul smell.
Did you say 2 feet?
2 feet, running around on 2 feet, not 4.
Running around 2 feet. Like,
yeah, like my toddler.
2 feet tall.
That's kind of like my toddler, running around on 2 feet, giving off a foul smell and emitting a high-pitched cry. Yeah, that's like Max.
That's
okay.
Max.
So, and footprints have measured up to 24 inches in length and 8 inches in width. Oh, so we do have a footprint in Arkansas too. So we'll talk about. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Okay, so all this takes place in Fouke, Arkansas. And Fouke is a city in Miller County, Arkansas, which, is very close to Texarkana. And our second episode, not our first, but our second episode took place in Texarkana. We talked about the Midnight Murderer of Texarkana. So I feel like we're coming back to Miller County for part 2, another dip into the weirdness of Miller County. That seems like the county that keeps on giving. So yeah, and this is also off of Highway 71 and Interstate 549. And a lot of these sightings are in the same general area. Now, Fouke has a population of 818. And just, so just so you know, it's 7 miles east of Texas, 17 miles north of Louisiana. So it's just right there in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. And 800 people. I didn't realize it was so small.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I didn't either, actually. Yeah. Texarkana is a lot bigger than Fouke.
And it's a twin city, as you explained in episode 2.
Texarkana is, yes, it is a twin city. Okay, so the Fouke Monster itself, this all really started to become popular in May 1971 when a resident of Fouke named Bobby Ford reported a strange, unidentifiable creature that was lurking around his house, and he had been lurking around for several days. And Bobby described the creature as being man-like and estimated it was about 7 feet tall with a chest about 3 feet wide and red eyes. He also said it was very fast and breathed very heavily. Now, his wife Elizabeth confirmed the stories of the red-eyed hairy monster. Red-eyed hairy monster, and said, and said she had seen it in the window of their home. Now, if I saw, and it was kind of clawing at the window with his little fingernails, I think I would spontaneously combust if I saw something like that outside my window.
I'd be like, Amber, come over.
It's for you.
Fouke Monster for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Bobby somehow got his hunting buddies, and this is what the newspapers and all that said. He got his hunting buddies rounded up, and they got some guns and went to go scare the creature off. Now, I'm not sure, at which point the actual attack happened, though. But it was witnessed by Elizabeth, the monster. The monster was witnessed by the hunting buddies and by Bobby. So on May 1st or 2nd, because I've read 2 different newspaper articles that gives 2 different accounts. So we'll just say May 1st or 2nd, 1971, Bobby was allegedly attacked in his home by the creature.
Like inside the home?
Inside his home. Bobby said the creature grabbed him, but he broke free and ran through his own front door, which that would be a sight right there. Oh my goodness. He then went to...
That's scary.
I mean, that's kind of like a Scooby-Doo move right there. I could see the shape of a man running through a door. So he then went to the hospital where he was treated for minor injuries. Okay, so after the attack, Miller County Sheriff's Department came. They searched the area. They found only some strange animal tracks, and they did find claw marks on the Ford's porch. That has been that has been told for absolute years, for 50 years. They've said the same thing, that there were claw marks on the Ford's porch. So and something was there.
And I guess they could, I mean, being devil's advocate here, just whatever. I mean, could this have been a bear? Did they explore those options?
Yeah, and that's what some people think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did they kind of give him a hard time, or no?
I don't know. But Kicker 102.5 wrote an article about it too, and they said that they described the monster as being tall, hairy, and smelly. Again, who wants to get close enough to it to smell it? But I guess if it grabbed this poor dude, then he was able to smell its underarms. Okay, so the family
specifically
the armpit. I wonder what the armpit of a Sasquatch smells like. Isn't there like a soap and deodorant company named Sasquatch? I really think there is. I think Bo has had that before.
I think there's been like those commercials and like, I don't know.
Yes,
I really love
my favorite.
True. I think my favorite Sasquatch commercials like those, the big link, like the jerky.
The beef jerky. Yes.
The beef jerky. I don't know. I love Sasquatch stuff. It's just fun.
I do
it's
too.
Just fun.
I do too.
So.
Okay, so the family, this is sad though. The family ended up being so scared from all this that they moved from the residence.
Okay.
So something happened. This made the news. The Gazette reported on this. This was a real crime, or it was reported as a real crime to the police in Miller County. So, I mean, to me, that is very, very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, something scared them. Something happened, you know. And that something's up for debate. If Daryl was here, he'd be like, it was a bear. And I'd be like,
and it could have been a bear. Did I ever tell you my bear story? I never told you my bear story, did I? Okay, so when we lived by the river, so we used to live by the river years ago, and Annie, our dog, was very young then, and she would get out sometimes and roam out by the river, and a couple of the neighbors' dogs went with her. One night, they all three did that. They disappeared, and we realized they were gone, started looking for them, couldn't find them. I remember I put out an all points bulletin on Facebook. I was so scared that I'd lost her because we had just gotten her. And and we heard like this crazy growl. I mean, I can't even explain to you what we heard. And I heard it from behind our house. And then Annie comes tearing into our house, and her tail had been bitten and it was bleeding. And one of the neighbor's dogs returned and another one did not.
Oh.
Yeah. And we couldn't find the other one. So and to this day, it was a mystery as to what happened. Now, that same summer, there was a couple of bear sightings in that area as well. So, I mean, it could have been something like that, but, beats me.
You think,
I don't know.
Think a coyote?
Could be.
Now, I will say, so we get coyotes behind our house, like, and they are so loud, but they sound like screaming, like they scream.
Now this was like a low growl. Like,
okay.
I mean, I can't really, like I said,
guttural type thing.
Guttural, exactly. A guttural. Yeah. I can't mimic it. And I've never heard it. I had never heard it before, never since. So that was really weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. Ooh. But and sad. Because one of
after
the dogs
watching that,
out.
Remember that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and the bear attack?
Oh, I never saw that one.
Do you remember that? Oh gosh, don't. Like, that has made me so scared of bears. Like,
bears are no joke
or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was a good movie, but I cannot watch. Oh, and definitely, let's not even discuss Cocaine Bear. Okay, never mind. Moving forward, me and do not see Cocaine Bear.
I think you've said that at least 3 times on this podcast.
I know. Or go see it and then talk to us about it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. You can stream it on Peacock now, I think, for free.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and there's also like there's a Dateline special on it. And so you can watch the Dateline special.
Are you serious?
On Cocaine. I'm serious, on Cocaine Bear. And then watch the movie.
Okay. I need to watch the Dateline.
Yeah, it's actually, I like it. It was pretty interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. It could have been a bear. So there has been a lot of these sightings though since then. Now, according to this website I found called Atlas Obscura, which is the coolest name for a website, the first reported sighting of a monster-like creature was all the way back in 1836, and it was described as being a big, hairy, wild man.
A big, hairy, wild man. I mean, I think that probably could have been any of the European, people coming over. Yeah. They get off their ship. They're a little crazy looking, all those months at sea.
Right. No. So more recently, not too recently, but in 1997, there were 40 sightings in 1 year. And then in the year 2000, there was a daytime sighting. Yes, there was a daytime sighting of one, which up until that time, they thought that these things were nocturnal, meaning they only came out at night.
Now, when you say these sightings, is this Arkansas? Or is this like...
This is Arkansas.
So you're talking 40 sightings in 97?
1997.
Wow.
According to this one website. Now, it could be like the UFO site where everybody can get on there and say every little helicopter they see up in the sky, ooh, I saw an unidentified flying object. So who knows? I mean, these are not verified. This is just on the one site. And I thought this was a very interesting statistic.
But still, so let's say even if half of those 20, I mean, let's just say it's 20.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sightings of Bigfoot.
That's a lot. Yeah. So according to the Northwest...
I'm super jealous. No.
Yeah. Oh, me too. According to the Northwest Arkansas Times, two couples returning from Shreveport in late May 1971, so we're way back in 71 now.
Okay.
According to this, they were driving down the highway, Highway 71, and they saw a large, hairy creature. I'm sorry, I can't. They saw a large, hairy creature cross US 71 in front of their automobile. And one of them stated, now I'm not giving their names or any of that, so you can look all that up if you want to, but because it's in the paper. But one of the witnesses stated that it appeared to weigh at least 200 pounds and had long, dark hair. So it must have been a Sasquatch on a diet. It was seen running upright.
You're like 200.
I know.
I mean, we talked about 375-pound heifers.
That's smaller than that 375-pound heifer last week.
Yeah,
but it was running upright and crossing the highway. I keep thinking about maybe it's like a distance marathon runner Sasquatch, and it's got those little red shorty shorts and the bandana on its head.
Like in Forrest Gump, how he looked. He looked pretty Sasquatch by the time he was done running. I mean, with all that hair, that was pretty crazy.
But the witness said that it was moving fast and faster than a man. They said that with like a pause. It was running really fast, faster than a man. The witnesses said it didn't even seem to notice them or the car. Okay. And if you want to look that up, that is published in the 71 issues of the Northwest Arkansas Times. And I think the Gazette might have this, but I just tried to pull as many as I could today just to kind of read. So there were several other sightings that same year. So it seemed like 1971 was the year of the Sasquatch. So there was a sighting by a man named Junior, who in 1971...
Why are we laughing at this?
I don't know. Junior's a fine name. That is a fine name. Yes.
It kind of reminds me of a burger, though, for some reason. Like,
because you eat lots of Junior burgers. That's why.
Yes. Okay, so get me the Junior burger.
Yes. So later in 1971, Junior, this dude named Junior, saw what he described as a hairy creature with red eyes squatting near an embankment of Oat Street in Fouke, Arkansas. He said he got some friends and some guns and followed a path and pushed down a bunch of weeds to follow the monster. He said, if you see it once, you never want to see anything like it again. Quote, unquote, in the Arkansas Gazette. No,
so he was scared.
He was scared.
I mean, and these are people, I mean, it sounds like, especially since they get all their friends together with their guns. I mean, it sounds like these... I mean, it sounds like they're used to hunting, used to the woods, used to animals. So these sightings are freaking them out. So this is interesting. I mean, because let's face it,
out hunters. Yes, I see. Yeah. I see your point. Okay,
now,
so
if we were to see it, I'd be like, Amber, let's grab my pickleball paddle and let's go get a holiday pie.
Yes.
Instead. No, I'm just kidding.
See if the Fouke Monster wants one as well.
There you go.
Okay, so by June of 1971, people were so freaked out that there was a bounty for the successful capture of the Fouke Monster.
Wow.
And the bounty actually started at $200. Then by the end of 1971, it was raised to $1,290.
Oh, so people kept adding to it.
$10 in there. It was $12.90. It never made it to $13. Actually,
that's awesome.
it would later. Okay, so Raymond was another guy. I'm not going to say his last name. Was the first one to offer the $200 reward for its capture. Actually, I will, because he just offered the reward. I don't think he saw a Bigfoot. Yeah, it's Raymond Scoggins was the first to offer a $200 reward for the successful capture of a Bigfoot. Now that he wanted it, he had a deadline. He said by December 31st, 1971.
Okay. Is there a reason for the deadline?
I have no idea. That's what the newspaper article said, that Raymond wanted that Sasquatch found by December 31st, 1971.
Maybe he was like, if it doesn't happen, I'm spending the money. Like, that's just interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so fast forward a couple of years to 1973. Okay. And in November of 1973, in the same area, it was November 25th, a Sunday, there was a farmer named Orville, or Orville, how do you say that? Is it Orville? Like Orville Redenbacher?
I guess
it is.
Orville. Okay.
So Orville had a son and a grandson. They were all helping to deliver a baby calf. So a cow was in labor and they were helping with the delivery. You probably know nothing about that, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I do, because like I said, I grew up on a cattle farm, so I witnessed this and it's not fun. So while they were trying to help deliver this calf, they looked up and they saw a creature running through their field, which would freak me out. And this, again, was reported by the Arkansas Gazette on November 27th, 1973. He said, this is Orville, said the monster was only 4 feet tall, stood upright, and had long black hair. And
so
this
4 feet tall.
It was 4 feet tall. Either that or
miniature.
Isn't good at estimating. I don't know.
Or maybe it's so far away in the baby Sasquatch.
Baby Squatch. It's a baby Squatch.
Junior
Sasquatch. There you go. So the sighting was 4 miles east of Fouke and a half mile south of Rocky Mound Church. I love the names of everything we're talking about today. Okay,
isn't there a song? Rocky Mountain something.
Oh, God.
Blah,
yeah, but
blah.
that's not...
I don't know.
So they did find tracks with this one that were 40 inches apart. I guess the gate was 40 inches apart, and the size was 5.5 inches in diameter, and that would equal to about a 14 double E in shoe size. I don't know what that means, but that's what the paper said.
I would say, especially when we're talking 4 feet tall, that's pretty huge foot. Yeah.
Okay, so the Miller County Sheriff's Department was quoted as saying they were not pursuing this. So they did not pursue
because
it.
They
did
tired,
not say why.
Kinda.
I don't know.
They're like, we've gone past the deadline for the reward. We're good.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the sightings started to dwindle in the late 70s. There was one in Russellville, another one in Center Ridge, and one in Crossett. But the stories just kept on growing. And by 1986, there was actually a $10,000 reward for the capture of a Bigfoot in Arkansas.
Now, is this in Fouke, area or Miller County, or just Well,
this is the Baxter Bulletin. So I'm assuming this is the Baxter County paper. Yeah, I just got a subscription to newspapers.com, and it has everything. And
now,
I've
Baxter
really been
County is
reading.
More like Mountain Home area, correct?
Oh, it is. You're right. So why are they talking about a Bigfoot?
Well, and that is the foot of the Ozarks. That's kind of the beginning of
maybe
the
they
Ozarks
saw
up there.
I don't know, but it was from the Baxter Bulletin.
Okay. Well, it sounds like maybe these Fouke monsters were getting freaked out by the Junior and,
Orville.
The reward in Orville, and kind of migrated up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if they're smart like a human, then they're smart enough to know to leave us alone because, humans are weird. So, all right. So what could it really be? That's the next question. Let's say, for argument's sake, there was some kind of beastie. There was something that they saw. So let's take that out of the equation and say, okay. There was a Fouke monster or a Bigfoot. So the first thing that people go to is a misidentified bear or some other wildlife creature that's been misidentified. And that certainly is possible. That's certainly a possible thing. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. So, I know that there's all kinds of creatures even running around my property that I don't see. So, in my realm of thinking, I definitely feel like it's a possibility that there could be, animals that we just don't see
haven't classified often. Yet.
Well, definitely that. Yeah, because they're even coming up with new species all the time, especially when we talk about the ocean or whatever. But I think it's hard. My husband's, because so Daryl's against it, so he's like, it doesn't exist because we'd see more of them. They'd be dead on the, but I just think that they
dead
could be
where, on the side of the
on the side of the road. I mean, on the side of the road, you see deer,
like a possum.
But that's again what I'm saying. How many times? I've never seen a dead coyote on the side of the road, but I know that they're out there. So, and I don't see their droppings or
no. I've only seen a dead beaver on the side of the road once. So yeah, I mean, there's animals that are all over Arkansas that we don't see on the side of the road. So yes. Good point. Very good point.
I think it's possible, and I do think that I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want a Harry and the Henderson situation. We'll take them in. We'll wash them up.
We'll teach them how to change the TV with the remote.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So another thing that this could possibly be is, hypothetically, it could be the missing link. Do you know what the missing link is? I know you've probably heard of it.
I've heard of missing link, but
yes, the definition of the missing link is the hypothetical extinct creature halfway in the evolutionary line between a modern human and the way it used in an anthropoid. I don't even know how to say this name, but it's basically before humans became humans. It was the evolutionary step before that.
Silence.
Okay.
I don't go with that, but no.
Okay. All right. So according to Mental Floss, a DNA test proved, this is according to this lady named Melba Ketchum. I love every name in this story.
Melba.
Melba S. Ketchum claimed to have proven that there was a Sasquatch DNA sample that she had obtained somehow.
Awesome.
And that it was partially human. Yes. So she claims,
but she's claiming that and where did she get this?
This was in
DNA?
2012. So this was how many years ago? 12 years ago. And nothing's ever, I mean, I think if it really was what was happening, we would have heard a little more about it. But she said that our data indicates that the North American Sasquatch is a hybrid species, the results of males of an unknown species crossing with female Homo sapiens. Yeah.
A crossbreed.
A crossbreed, yes. And so then she even went
a boutique breed,
not like a Labradoodle, no. Okay, so she even went so far as to insist that the U.S. government recognize Sasquatches as an indigenous people and immediately protect their human and constitutional rights. And she launched a GoFundMe to finance her work.
And who is this? Sorry.
Does she have
a website? Melba.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she's still out there trying to, fund her work or whatever. So
yeah.
Okay, so the next choice of what this could possibly be is an extraterrestrial being.
Okay. Nah.
You don't think that little green men are really hairy, stinky, wild men?
No. I mean, that doesn't sound...
There's a lot of crossover. There's actually a lot of crossover between the Sasquatch folks and the UFO folks now. Okay. I mean, look at what we talked about last week with the cattle death, the unexplained cattle deaths. A lot of people relate those to something extraterrestrial. So, I don't know.
Hey, they can. I personally don't get that, but that's okay because we can all have our own thoughts and opinions.
Yes, that's true.
What do you think? Okay. You keep asking me. What do you think, sister?
I mean, I don't know what I think either. I mean, I think it's all just very interesting. I think that the last theory is the one that I'm the most interested in exploring, and that's the theory of the multiverse. And that is that has nothing to do with you asked me that. It has nothing to do with Marvel. Yeah, because Lisa doesn't like Marvel movies either.
I do too.
Oh, which one do you like?
Thor.
I love everybody Thor. Likes him because he's so good looking. You have to like Thor.
I love Fat Thor. He's hilarious.
Oh, I do like him too. Yeah,
and he's my favorite. I do like which one? I like some of them. I will say I like some of the Marvel movies.
Well, okay, so the multiverse is not
Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man.
Yeah. Okay, so the multiverse is an actual theory that suggests our universe with all its hundreds of billions of galaxies and countless stars and whatever, spanning tens of billions of light years, may not be the only one. Instead, there may be an entirely different universe, distantly separated with ours or from ours, and another, and et cetera, et cetera. And indeed, there may be infinity of universes, all with their own laws of physics, their own collections of stars and galaxies, etc. That is, in a very small nutshell, what the multiverse theory is. Now, the multiverse theory arises from physics and actually philosophy. So it's actually philosophy and physics. And a lot of people that buy into this also buy into something called the inflation theory. And the inflation theory describes a hypothetical event that occurs when our universe when our universe was very young, less than a second old. In that brief second, it underwent rapid expansion or inflated to become many orders of magnitude larger than its previous size. Now, this is according to NASA.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the inflation theory. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the people that think that Sasquatch is from another dimension, that's kind of like
another multiverse crossing into our
another universe.
Yes.
Not another multiverse, another universe. But a lot of the people that believe that theory also believe that Stranger Things could be real. So there you go. And there could be Demogorgons and Demodogs.
I do love Stranger Things.
Yes. Now, if Eddie Munson is up there playing the guitar in a different universe, I'm there. I'm totally there. Yeah.
Okay. I did. My phone popped up. This is on a side note, not really, but we are in a tornado watch until tomorrow. Just FYI.
Oh,
I didn't know
interesting.
That. So just FYI, people. We'll be uploading this in a saying bye to Elle. Don't they look cute?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to
all right, so now we will talk about the Boggy Creek connection. Go ahead. Are you still thinking about the multiverse?
Well, no, we were. Yes, and I'm thinking, yeah. So you had mentioned also the string theory, which the only correlation I got to the string theory early, and this was earlier when we were chatting before we started, but remember, I didn't watch The Big Bang Theory, but what's his name? The smart one.
Sheldon?
They're all smart. Sheldon. He went in a lot to the string theory. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what it reminded me of. Sheldon and the Big Bang Theory and string theory and such.
And that's also physics. String theory is basically where the point-like particles of particle physics are replaced by one-dimensional objects like strings, and it describes how these strings propagate through space and interact with each other. So yeah, I mean, all that. And of course, I have no kind of degree or knowledge in physics, and so nobody write me and say, "What is she talking about?" I pay attention to a lot of these Facebook Sasquatch boards, and
this is what they discuss.
Well, yeah, sometimes. I mean, the people that are really going out there and like talking about the stuff that is like really, really deep, like all of that, like the multi dimensions are really deep. Now, I didn't say I believed any of this. I'm just giving you the information. Take with it what you will. Yes,
I'm taking it.
Now the Boggy Creek connection. Okay. Now, a lot of talk is always had about Boggy Creek, And this is a creek that looks like any normal Arkansas stream or creek that you would see, and it passes underneath the highway bridge.
And this is in Fouke?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so Boggy Creek is running in Fouke. Okay.
Yes. Well, actually, it's 2 miles south of 2 miles south. It gained national attention when it was produced into a movie called The Legend of Boggy Creek. Now you have seen this, right?
Okay. I'll tell you the truth here, because you did it as like one of our vintage movies. And so
I did that. Yeah.
Yes. And like way back. So, and I sat down to watch it. And I started it, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And then I tried another time, and another time, and another. Like, I have tried 4 times to make it through this movie, and for some reason I cannot. But my mother-in-law saw your post, and she loved it.
Well, good. Well, yeah, but
and I don't know why I couldn't make it through it. It was so. Please, everyone, go watch it and let us know what you think, because I think not.
My mother liked it.
Make it through it.
Yeah, I think my mom liked it too. So they
were born around the same.
Yeah, they're about the same age. Your mother-in-law and my mom are about the same age. So they were probably kids or tweens in the early 70s.
So maybe it just makes more sense to them or resonates with them, because I tried so hard. Like,
well, it is a slice of life from 1970s Arkansas. I will tell you that. And maybe that's what resonated with them, because that's why I like Scream so much. Not because it's, a killer in a ghost 90s. Mask running around. It's because it's the 90s. And
you love the 90s.
I love the 90s. And, to me, that represents a lot. I mean, the way they dressed and the way they talked, I mean, that was really representative of how the 90s actually were.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin Williamson went a little far with that with Dawson's Creek, but in that movie, it was spot
I do love Dawson's
on.
Creek,
I love Dawson's Creek too.
Yeah, love.
Did you know he's directing another one? He's directing the new Scream.
Dawson's Creek?
No. Oh, God, no. The Scream 7 movie.
Oh, yeah. And you sent it to me. Yes.
You never
Sydney.
Responded. I didn't know if those were...
I did, too.
Or,
no, I did. I said, it's not Scream without Sydney. Did you not get that?
I guess respond. I ignored you. Okay.
You ignored me.
Yes. Okay.
Everybody write down the date and time. She ignored me.
I was probably taking a nap.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Charles Pierce. Okay. Let's give him his day in the sun. Charles B. Pierce was the director, and I guess he produced and directed this movie. He's from Arkansas. The movie chronicled the alleged existence of this hairy red-eyed monster, the Fouke Monster. And what's so cool is Pierce cast a bunch of folks from Fouke. Wow, that was a mouthful. And used all the area wetlands, creeks in the production of Boggy Creek. Now, according to Encyclopedia of Arkansas, which didn't have just a ton on the Fouke Monster. So if you're a writer with Encyclopedia of Arkansas, get on it, because there's like a ton of stuff that I had to find from other sources when y'all are my main source.
You're our go-to.
You're our go-to. Yes. So the movie premiered at Paramount Theater in Texarkana in August 1972. So I think, August 17th. So they premiered it in Texarkana. And then it was released nationwide in 73 and 74. Now, didn't the other movie, that was in Texarkana too. So that's a pretty famous little town. They've got 2 cool movies based in that area.
Well, the other movie, like you mentioned, was from our episode 2, was The Town That Dreaded
Sundown.
No. Yeah, the Town That Dreaded Sundown. Was he the same director? Was he or different people?
Maybe he was. You'll have to Google that while I'm discussing. But yeah, and also speaking of Scream, they do mention The Town That Dreaded Sundown in that movie as well. So
and they felt like that movie spawned even
Scream,
a
lot of that kind of horror. It was
like Friday the 13th and all of those.
It was the grandfather of all those. Like Friday the 13th. And Michael Myers, they were all direct descendants of that particular movie. Not Boggy Creek, but The Town That Dreaded Sundown. And if you don't believe that, Google it. It'll tell you. So, the Boggy Creek movie. I keep just calling it Boggy Creek. The Legend of Boggy Creek.
It was not the same guy.
I keep wanting to say Soggy Bottoms, and I don't know.
Soggy Bottoms. That sounds gross. The Town That Dreaded... I think of diapers. I don't know.
Maybe that's because that's all I see is diapers. Because that's just
where my mind goes. Soggy bottoms. Okay, so The Town That Dreaded Sundown was directed by an Alfonso Gomez Rayon.
So Pierce wasn't involved with that at all?
Oh, wait. He was. Wait, just a sec.
I thought so.
He was the man in the diner. He was.
Oh, okay.
He was the man in the diner. So maybe he wrote it, but as far as he didn't direct it.
Okay.
Let me see. It just says that
we'll get the correct information and put it out there for people, because I know somebody's going to want to watch this afterwards.
So he did act in it. So.
Oh, okay. So I will tell you that this is a documentary style piece, okay? And that is why you didn't like it, because it was a docudrama.
No, I love documentaries, and that's mainly all I watch, but I'm not as fond of a docudrama when it's like, when it's like produced like it's supposed to be real. It's a little,
Right. Well, it's not like it wasn't unpopular, because the movie made lots of money. Oh, and it was starring a guy named, get this, Smokey Crabtree. I love that name.
Smokey Crabtree.
I love that name, and I wish that was my name. I wish my name was Smokey Crabtree.
Okay, so many times through these podcasts, you're like, I wish my name was this and that.
I don't like my name. Yeah.
Why don't you like your name?
Because Amber is such a common name. Anybody born in the early 1980s, if they weren't named Lisa, they were named Amber. Or Jennifer. Or Courtney.
Oh, so I was the only Lisa in our whole class.
You actually were. That is true. And I was the seventh Amber.
Yeah, you were. But my name was going to be, my mom told me I was either going to be Jennifer or Lisa. And it was an initial thing. I was either going to be J or L, and she wanted it to be Lisa. Anyway, true story. And I am Lisa Marie.
I didn't enjoy always being referred to as Amber D. People still call me Amber D, even though I'm now Amber B. So.
You're Am B.
Oh, no. Okay, so according to IMDb, the film is based upon actual reported encounters with a Bigfoot creature in the Fouke area. Okay, so the Fouke Boggy Creek area. I actually put Boogie Creek in my notes. Boogie Creek. That sounds fun. Okay, so
sounds like a party.
So they say in IMDb that these sightings were in the 1960s and 70s. So I need to know, where are all these sightings from the 1960s? Because the only ones I've been able to locate are ones in the 1970s, and the early 1970s at that.
Okay.
Now, again, IMDb also says that most of the actors in the film were actual people from the area, which I think is very cool. Now, there's also a page.
And when you watch it, very evident.
Oh, hush.
I'm just saying, because of
they weren't trained actors.
Yes. No, I'm just saying, like, accent wise and everything, you can tell it's like, it really does bother me when you hear like a movie from where you are, like, oh, this is supposed to be set in Arkansas. Well, they filmed it in like the Carolinas, and it's someone from like Nashville. It's clearly not, you know what I'm saying?
Arkansas accent. Well,
so I appreciated that this truly was like, an accent.
But I will tell you this, it's weird you said South Carolina, because I think one of the only states that are even close to the Arkansas twang or the Arkansas accent is South Carolina. But there is something about the Arkansas accent that is different, and it's different than the other Southern accents. I mean, it's not like a Georgia accent or Alabama or Louisiana or Mississippi. Yeah, Arkansas accents are different. They really are.
Or Tennessee. I will say that's very
true.
Different.
Yeah, but you don't have an Arkansas accent. You never have had an Arkansas accent. Mine comes and goes, and it depends. Like I code switch, I guess, and it just depends on where I'm at. If I'm at work, I don't have as much of a twang, to my voice, but then when I'm with my family, it comes out, and, I guess with you, maybe it does too. So it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, it's situational, I guess.
But the actors in Boggy Creek were, for the most part, Arkansans. Now, what's so cool about that movie is the very beginning of it starts with a written statement. It says, "This is a true story. Some of the people in this motion picture portray themselves, in many cases, on actual locations. ... Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I will say that is the best part of it for me.
Well, and then at the end, because I know you didn't stay for the closing credits, the producers thanked everyone, the local institutions and the people of Fouke. Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
Arkansas.com called the movie, and I think Lisa snuck in there and wrote this review. a low budget campy movie that earned cult status, and the familiarity of this tale and the regular resurgence in media of Yeti, Bigfoot, and caveman-like characters keep the legend alive. So yeah.
Perfect description.
Yes. But it was a major success. People loved it. Even though it was a really tiny budget, it grossed like $22 million in
my goodness.
Yeah, but by 1974, it had grossed around $22 million.
That is insane to me.
In today's money, because I knew you would ask me that, in today's money, it's $120 million. Wow. So we're talking Reese Witherspoon money here.
Yeah. How much was the budget?
In that? The budget was very, very small. And by small, I mean minuscule. In fact, despite the success of the movie, the actors had to sue to get paid for it.
Oh.
Yes. And after more than 3 years, the case was settled for about $90,000.
Oh, wow.
So then after attorney's fees, each actor got about $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think
At least they got something. Well, I mean, I think it's really nice because I'm sure at that time they didn't realize how well the movie was going to do at the time that they decided to pay them or, negotiate that. And of course, this is the 70s. But anywho, I think it's nice that they did get paid. So.
Well, the budget was $160,000. So, and of course, you're going to need a lot more, a lot of people to be in that.
I'm trying to think, was that more than, because the budget for the first Halloween movie was extremely low.
Oh yeah, it really was.
And it ended up grossing tons of money. And of course, becoming a legend. That's my favorite horror movie, by the way.
Yep.
Michael Myers.
I think we've talked about both of our favorite horror movies several times. So Scream will be forever my favorite, and that one will be forever yours. Even though I think you like the other. You like Hannibal Lecter. Oh,
I do like Silence of the Lambs.
You do like that. So that would probably be your second. And my second, you are right, would be I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yes, that is always my second. That is always my second love. Okay, so in 2013, this is so cool, but in 2013, the Boggy Creek Festival began in Fouke. And according to the organizers, the purpose of the festival was to bring together the local community and share the information about this legend that's been part of the community forever. And, this, according to their site, this stuff's been going on for like a century. So there has to have been more sightings that I haven't been able to find online before the 1970s. So if there are, I'm really interested in hearing about them. Yeah.
So please email us. Anybody, if you have access to that. Because probably, so me and Amby do want to take a trip to Fouke for sure, probably this summer. So maybe there's like a museum that would have more information that we can find.
Yes, there is actually, and that's my next thing. First, I'm going to tell you that Boggy Creek was restored and re-released in 2019. So maybe you would like the re-released version, but I doubt it. Now, as far as a place to go, there is the Fouke Monster Mart, which is on Highway 71. So where that one crossed the highway, the sighting. So
was that the 4-foot one though?
Yeah, it was the 4. It was, well, I don't know. That one was
the baby squatch.
The baby squatch was in the field. Okay, so this one is off Highway 71 somewhere. And it's kind of like a convenience store, but also a gift store and also a museum. So it's several things in one. It has gifts and information about the Fouke Monster, and it's got plenty of stuff from the legend of Boggy Creek. And then it has snacks and beverages and all those things that you love.
This sounds perfectly up my alley.
Yes, so this is from their webpage. They say, we are a family-run store located on Highway 71, just 15 miles southeast of Texarkana. We offer a variety of products, including made-to-order pizza, groceries, snacks, drinks, coffee, fuel, and more. We are also dedicated to preserving the history of the Fouke Monster, a local creature made famous by the movie The Legend of Boggy Creek. Our store features a display of historic Fouke Monster items along with an assortment of Fouke Monster and Boggy Creek t-shirts, gifts, and books. Yeah, we totally need to go there.
Yes.
Yep. totally
Amber
need
will
to go there.
buy all the stuff.
All the t-shirts. Because you don't wear t-shirts, but I wear them constantly. Yeah. Okay, so the Fouke Monster Festival is actually coming up next month. It's April 26th through the 27th at Fouke Middle School and Fouke Community Center. So that would be a cool time to go down there. Yeah. Yep. And now I don't know very much about the Sasquatch Festival. I do have a schedule, and it looks like, I happen to get a schedule. And on that Friday,
we get like someone connected with us about that or something?
Am I crazy? So. I think when we first started, we need to go back and look. Let's see. On Friday, April 26th at the Fouke Community Center, they're having a catered dinner and then a screening of The Legend of Boggy Creek. Okay, in HD. Maybe you'll like it then, but I doubt. Really? Yeah. So then the next day, Saturday, April 27th, the doors open at 9. They have Lyle Blackburn opening remarks, Fouke Mayor Terry Purvis. So yeah, everybody's going to be part of it.
Awesome.
Yeah. They have several speakers. I bet they'll have vendors. Yeah. So pretty cool. And that is on April 26th through the 27th.
I am actually busy, but that would be really cool. I'm going to St. Louis that week.
You're washing your hair, right?
I'm washing my hair in St. Louis. No,
yeah,
all of my siblings
tell her. That's what I tell Lisa when I don't want to do something. I tell her, I'm sorry, but I'm washing my hair.
Yeah, like when I asked her to do a civic event in town, hold a sign with me. She's like, I'm washing my hair. But then she ended up showing up, and it was cool. She showed up for 20 minutes and held a sign with me, and we got a picture.
Yeah. I also told you, I also use the Phoebe buffet line. I would, but I just don't want to.
Yeah. I like that one. It's just honest. It's just straightforward and honest. So I've used that on you. You asked me to do something. I'm like, no, I would, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So people, when you don't want to do something, use that. It's just straightforward.
Okay, so there is also a historic Scoggins House community event center and library. There's lots of little things to do in the area, but it does really like to talk about its monster. The Fouke community does. And I think it's done a lot for tourism and things like that. So whatever your personal theory is on Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Fouke Monster, whatever, it's fun. And it's something that not everybody can say, hey, there's a Bigfoot monster from the town I grew up in, right? So I think that's really cool. So I was also looking at some of these people who love to study Bigfoot and love to study, things like this. And it's actually, there's a branch of, I don't know what you would call it, science, and it's called cryptozoology. And you can get a master's degree in cryptozoology, and you can get it from this place called the Metaphysics Institute. And it is an online university. Yeah. And it's been operating since 2010. So a while. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, and they do have a special tuition right now, effective through March 31st, 2024. So if you want to get then you could go to the Accelerated Metaphysics PhD degree program. So lots to offer.
Yes.
Wow. They also offer paranormal science, holistic healing, hypnosis, parapsychology, and spiritual counseling.
Okay.
Yes.
That is a gamut of all items. Interesting.
Lots of fun things right there.
This isn't even an ad.
No, it's not.
So.
Okay, so that's all I have. I mean, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't believe I just said that.
I thought you were going in that direction. What is that from? Remind me.
It's a country song Sherry made me listen to when we were kids.
Oh my goodness.
Ask her. I don't know.
Okay.
I like 80s country, but once we get into 90s country, I'm like, that's not really my favorite. Anything that is 70s or 80s country, I kind of sort of like that stuff. So. Crystal Gale, I'm all in. Yeah.
I liked 90s country. I don't like country of today. I will say that.
I don't listen to that
Elle
either.
listens to that, and I just cannot.
I started moving away from country, I don't know, at the age of 12 or 13, something like that. Mostly because they would make us listen to it on the bus, and it would be loud, and it would be the same 5 songs every day. It would be the same Alan Jackson
Oh.
and Garth Brooks songs every day. There was just no variety, and it would drive me nuts. Yeah. And then Sherry was sitting beside me in her Alan Jackson t-shirt. I love Alan Jackson. And I'm like, good for you. I hate him. So.
I couldn't even name one of his songs. That's terrible. My mom really
Chattahoochee. Now that one was kind of one was okay. I was actually Sherry actually went to an Alan Jackson concert one summer, and it was so fun for her, not me, but it was fun for me to laugh at her after.
You're like for her.
Yes.
That's the equivalency of me going to,
Stevie
with you.
Nicks. Yes, I know.
There you go.
No, I understand
it was fun
that.
for her.
Yeah, she didn't like the same music as me or you, actually. We all 3 like different things, which made it really terrible when we went on road trips because, because I wanted fighting. Unless it was the Everybody is Kung Fu Fighting song. We both like that. And
we love that.
And the Sticks songs. We would play Sticks. Yeah.
Start it. Just do it. What
Domo
is it?
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah. Domo Arigato, Mr. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's just fun, people. That's just good old fashioned fun.
Wow, we really went on a little bit of a tangent there, didn't we?
We did.
We did. Why we started talking about that now? So
I don't know either. Well, let's bring it back and let's finish our business. And we do have business. So please go in and rate us. And we're getting a lot of traffic on that Apple. And was it on Apple that you showed me that message today? You sent me we had a couple, message, actually, and it was very cute. It was the cutest.
It was very sweet. But you should have told me sooner because it makes me go through all kinds of stuff to get into.
Let me pull
Apple.
that up. I've got it right here.
Oh,
so
good. Then you can pull that one up. We did have. I
think this was Apple, and we had one before. I think you had read. Did you read the one, the avid podcast listener?
That one was Apple.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, well, I'm going to read them both because there were 2 here that you sent me. Okay, so it does say, great show. I love listening to these 2 ladies. I am learning so much about our state. My favorite episodes are on John Hardin, which is the Enola, and they put in parentheses alone, which is
coolest thing ever.
It really is. And that episode,
that right there makes Enola 100 times cooler than it was before I knew that. The Enola spelled backwards is alone. Oh my gosh! So cool. And they meant to do that.
Yes, and I really enjoyed throwing that at you. And then. To finish this out, they say, and the one on Al Capone on Hot Springs. They have great voices and explain their research well. So that was so sweet. It was a Tambry K, and that was sweet. And then this other one, I think maybe you had read it. It said, I listen to a lot of different podcasts as an Arkansan true crime and paranormal fan. I love that this podcast got put onto my radar. I'm learning so much about my own state. I have asked my mom about some of the cases that happened close to where she grew up. Fantastic show, makes the drive to work fun. And that was that one was so sweet too. Talarin Rex.
Yeah, and I think that's the 3rd time we read her. Okay. So she's probably like, dude, do y'all not get any other comments?
Sorry. Is it? Well, I thought that was familiar. But anyway, we do get a lot of messages, a lot of sweet messages on the Instagram and Facebook. And our Facebook, email. Yes, an email. So we have gotten so much on the email. So unexplainedarkansas@gmail. And then go find us on the Facebook. We have a huge group, and they're lots of fun, and there's tons of a banner, and then we are on Instagram as well.
There's lots of interaction on our Facebook group. There's about 2,700 members as of today, as of right now, and so it keeps growing, which is crazy. It's getting hard to keep up with it, but we're on spring break this week, so I'm off the entire week. So I'm hoping I'll have some time to catch up with a lot of this. So if you haven't heard from me, expect to hear from me in the next week if you've sent me a message.
Yes, and we will be. We did update and respond to email. So if you don't get a response in about 72 hours, just know it's coming. I promise.
Oh my God, you're giving a 72-hour deadline, dude.
Yes, because I'm going in today.
Okay.
I haven't been helping on the emails, but now I am. So
yeah, because you found out that I was letting it lapse.
Yes. No, I figured you're busy, and I can do that. So we're busy with a lot of things, but I love that there's two of us and we're kind of tag teaming, and it just makes everything just wonderful.
Yes, because when one of
is there a song about two?
I have no idea, but you've already messed it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah. Okay. So the last thing is we have 2 more countries that were added, and those are, let me see if I can get to them. They're under analytics and then audience. So I have to click on like 2 or 3 different things. But as far as our platform analytics, it says that we have added Singapore and Austria to our list of countries.
And that brought us to 23 in this episode 23. So.
Oh, wow. See, I told you the number 23 is weird. It just turns up everywhere. See, we have 23 countries and 23rd episode. Okay. I'm totally freaked out. We have to end it here because that's the perfect way to end it. Oh my gosh. 23. All right. Well, guys, thank you. Thank you very, very much. This has been great. And we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Love ya.